So I'm having some fun with my son Joshi, who tells me that my God winks when everything lines up a little bit too perfectly, that somebody can say, oh, that was just a coincidence. I said, no. That was personally orchestrated by God to let me know that he's with me. Those are my God winks, right? So Joshi said, I'd be forcing them. So today, I had a bunch of them that showed up because I got a text message at the God tree and it mentioned 27. So I went to page 27 of our family's website, We Roll With God, right? And it was so many God rings that showed up on that page 27. Like yesterday, I was talking to a customer and his name is James. And anytime I talk to him, I'm reminded the verse from James that we can count it all joy, no matter what we go through all the trials and everything that we're going through, we can count it all joy. And that's the last thing I told him yesterday. I said, James, we can count it all joy. And look what showed up on page 27. I can indeed count it all joy. And the whole first post there was about Dr. Charles Stanley talking about these verses from James. That we can be joyful going through trials. And it makes no sense, right? How can we be cheerful going through trials and joyful? And it's because we have God with us, guys. That's why. And we know that whatever he allows to come our way is for our good, to make us stronger, to make us wiser, to make us more courageous and bold, at the same time more loving and softer and gentle and patient, So, God knows what he's doing with us, guys. And then I came back from Drummond and Boyce's school crying, telling my husband about a car. And he started telling me a story about how a customer was at the shop yesterday and the customer complained about the car and they found out like he had unloosened the radiator cap and it just needed tightening, guys. Can you believe on page 27, it was exactly that, a story that I had with the same situation with a car, and it turned out it was the radiator cap. So how could my hubby tell me that story right before I go into the tree about a radiator cap of all the things in the world? Nobody could say that was just another coincidence. And then yesterday, my brother Gilbert posted something on Facebook, and I wrote back to him this message. I said, do everything for God, not people. Give the world the best, and it'll never be enough, but give your best anyway, because in the final analysis, it's between you and God. Right? It was never between you and them anyway. These are the words I live by from Mother Teresa. That was my message to my brother yesterday. And of all the posts on that page 27, guys, that showed up. That exact poem from Mother Teresa. Give the world the best you have, and it would never be enough. Give the world the best you've got anyway. You see in the final analysis between you and God, it was never between you and them anyway. So how could all of that be just coincidences, God? God is just making me aware of his presence. Nick, I saw you texting that message to your brother. Nikki, I heard you on the phone with that customer yesterday saying, count it all joy. Nikki, I saw you talking to your hubby this morning about the radiator cap. I am with you always. Always, guys. And the awareness of his presence is what gives us the courage and the strength to take on our lives. So why would you want to miss out on this, man? Why would you want to miss out on knowing that the creator of the whole heaven and earth walks with you? And if that's not enough for you, I'm talking to this customer on the phone a few minutes ago, and she says, because she's having a problem with her husband, she needs a car, but the husband isn't so much agreeing to helping her get the car. And she says to me, she said, but I know that God will make a way. And can you believe that was the prayer today? I've been talking about this prayer that I listened to, and that was the exact title of the prayer. God will make a way. You guys see that? So here I am listening to her tell me her struggles and what's going on with her, but she just finished it. God will make a way. So I think I'm like this crazy person telling everybody to listen to this prayer. I even started a whole prayer club with it, guys. Like, please listen to this prayer every day. And it was just, again, I think God just revealing his presence with her, with me. I encouraged her again. I said, this life is too hard to do on our own. Let's do the best thing that we can do for our husband, for our kids. We can pray for them. I said, even if you just start this prayer for 5 minutes every day, I promise you that God will be with you. He will guide you. He will give you his discernment, guys. This discernment is just God's way to help us navigate through life, with his wisdom, his clarity. Say, okay, don't go right, go left. And you'll begin to feel exactly what it is that God would have you to do, the relationships, the people to have in your life, the people not to have in your life, what to say, what not to say, like everything you do. I just want us making God like the center and having that discernment, knowing his voice on a moment by moment basis. What is it that he would have you to do? Because even when I went to the prayer this morning, I told you guys, I just picked the first prayer that shows up on my feed, right? But that prayer was like 8 hours ago, and this one you see is 4 hours ago. But it's like, do I wait for a new prayer, or do I share this one for today? And it turns out I shared the perfect prayer for today, because she felt so connected to God in that moment, that everything that she was struggling with, that God was there with her. So I was happy to be a part of that connection with her and God. That God, yes, God will make a way. So we just have to trust him, put our faith in him. Okay, guys? So I don't want to be this close to God by myself. I want you here with me, making God a priority. Even if you just start with this prayer for 5 minutes. 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes, guys. You can give God 5 minutes to start your day. And again, it's on YouTube. I'm hyping them up more than anything right now. First Light prayers, only because they're making me so much stronger. And whoever's behind this, I thank you guys. I thank you guys. And it's just about us having a community of people just praying and walking with God 24/7. No, we're never alone. Tap into his strength, his wisdom, his guidance, his love, his approval. He goes with us, beside us, behind us, ahead of us. Okay, guys? So don't miss out on the best life of God. Even when we go through a rough time, we can count it all joy, baby. Our Papa God is there. He's helping us. Our help comes from the Lord.